Hey guys, welcome back. This is John Hughes from Overground Comics, and welcome back into possibly the final appearance of our crazy skeleton spaceman with the phone here. You can see I've taken off everything from the last tutorial, left only the hatching on him, and that's because I wanted to isolate him, and I want to show you something really cool that we can do with all the features we talked about in the last one, with the scatter command, layer effects, that kind of stuff. And I want to show you my favorite brush I've made with that, and that's this goofy little shape here that he's looking at right now. He's like, what is that? And we're going to explain to you and him what that is right here. When I first started getting into digital art, I would see a lot of these other artists that I was studying, and I would see different things that they were doing, and I was trying to kind of figure out how they were doing things. And one of the things that was really killing me was fire. I stink at drawing it, and no matter how hard I try, it always looks forced. It always looks just so strange and unnatural. And then I saw this one artist who was drawing it amazingly, and that's Brandon Peterson. I loved how he was drawing his fire, and I studied it really hard, and I finally started finding some redundancies in the shapes, and I figured out the type of brush that he was using in order to make that fire, and I couldn't believe it all came from one shape. But using all the stuff we learned in the last tutorial, we're going to now use that to make an amazing fire brush that you are going to love and become addicted to. So here's the shape right here, and you don't have to draw exactly this shape, but draw yourself a shape that looks kind of like this. Some flame type aspects of it, curls and swoops and tapers and that kind of stuff. And we're going to start with that. And then what I'm going to do is first I'm going to crop out some of this because I want to have a different shape for this one. So here we go. And now I'm going to surround our crazy spaceman guy in some fire. So with the cutout still underneath him so that we don't color into him or behind him and everything, I'm going to go beneath that on the first layer, and I'm going to go to my little fire brush that I have here, and I'm going to go into my brush preset settings. So like we've done before, I'm going to, on spacing, I'm going to get it just so that it's a nice line where they do barely connect. I'm going to go down to shape dynamics. I'm going to alter the size jitter to 100%. I'm going to put the angle jitter at 100%, flip X, flip Y, and then I'm going to go, as we did before, into my scattering, click to both axes, scatter it, and then I'm going to increase the count pretty significantly right there. After I do this, just like we talked about before, I'm going to hit these 4 little lines here. I'm going to do a new brush preset, and I'm going to call it Fire 2. Click OK. And now that's done, but of course I don't want it to be a filled brush with black in it. That doesn't make sense. What we want to do is we're going to draw a fire line art here. So I'm going to switch it to white, and then I'm going to go into my effects like we did before, and I'm going to use the stroke command. I'm going to put it on a 3. Outside position, color black, and then let's see what we get. And look at this. We have fire. So I'm going to put the fire kind of around him, and then what I'm going to do is it's all going to keep blending together if I keep drawing on the same layer. So now I'm going to start a next layer, and I'm going to copy the layer style from the previous one. I'm going to paste it into this one, and now I'm going to reduce the size of my brush, and I'm going to paint a little bit more just to add more texture and depth to that fire. And now I'm going to do another layer over the spaceman so that I can show him kind of engulfed in it. I'm going to paste the layer style again, and again I'm going to just kind of swoop this around so that he's kind of in the midst of it. I don't like that. Not all of it, space there. So there we go. Now, as I usually try to discuss in these videos, I'm not trying to impress you with my artistic ability in this. If I was trying to make this some kind of masterpiece, I would start working on trying to show some reflection of the fire in his face mask, all this kind of ridiculous stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to show you the functionality of this so you can use your ability to use that functionality to make something really cool. Since I wasn't very careful with the programming scatter, what you'll see if we zoom in here is you'll see that redundant shape over and over and over again. So if I was doing this for printer publishing, and this was something that I wanted to be a final product, I would definitely go in and I would fine tune the scattering on the brush. So just to show you what that might look like, what I would try to do probably is I would go into my brush tip and I would reduce the spacing. Then I would, in the scattering, I would probably increase the count and increase the jitter on it. And I would actually drop the scatter a little bit to keep the full shape of the brush from showing out so much. And let's see if I do that. Let's see how that actually would affect it with a new layer. Yeah, there you go. You see there's definitely less redundancy in the shape right there. So again, this is something you'll want to play around with. You're not going to get it perfect the first time you do it. You can't expect to go in and just kind of mess around and create something that's exactly what you want. You're going to need to play with it a little bit, and but it'll be fun, and you'll you'll see what kind of stuff you like, what you don't like, and you'll really be able to create some really cool brushes that are useful to you in your work. But this will just give you a little bit of an idea of some fun stuff you can do when you combine some brush tools and your effects. So go draw some fire. You can do anything with this command. Create anything that you want to look organic and random. Your scatter command is really awesome for that. Imagine a whole bunch of leaves blowing around here. You can do that with one brush. Birds flying. There's nothing that you can't do with this command. It's really useful and really fun, and create some really cool stuff. So hope this helps you. If you have any questions, or if I missed anything or was too vague on something, or you want me to dive a little deeper, leave a comment and I'll do my best to get to it. So thank you again for watching. Hope this helped you. You guys stay safe. Thanks.